Hey, welcome back. This is Pete Kachev. In this video, we're talking about the great money reset that I believe is inevitable. It's coming. This just means that our dollars, right, our US dollars, which all the other currencies used to be backed by, right, until now, right? And here's what's interesting is during this crazy inflation and everything that's going on leading us into hyperinflation, means that they're printing more and more and more dollars into circulation, upwards from 30 to 80% of all money that's ever been printed into existence has been printed in just the last 2 years. Okay, this will cause hyperinflation, which means the devaluation of the dollar and followed by the collapse. And so that's what we're going to talk about. This is, I think, very important for us to really understand, start doing your research. But I'm just going to share with you some facts, some ideas, and share with you what is the ultimate solution. I believe from what history has always shown us, it's always been the solution, the real money that will literally save you during this financial crisis that's coming up. You don't have to lose, my friend. You can build real wealth during this transition. And with that said, subscribe so you don't miss another update, because we share with people how they can save up on real wealth assets, collect the assets, how to generate income, and how to build real wealth during these crazy economic times. And right now is the best way to transfer wealth to you, to your family. It hasn't been easier actually with everything that's going on. So with that said, let's dive into it. Since China and Russia, the two, biggest influential countries, right? 2 of 4, which makes America and Europe the 4 leading countries, the strongest economies, right? So China and Russia, since USA cut off, Russia from doing any transactions, and this means that they're not even using the US dollar anymore, so they are detaching themselves, right? China and Russia are looking for ways to collaborate, right, on this, potentially create a new monetary system. And because they're the highest producing countries, right, America is not producing as much as it's consuming and printing more money. So they are detaching themselves from the US dollar. And this just puts more US dollars back in USA, which means more inflation to come. China and Russia ditch dollar, move toward financial alliance, which means a new monetary system is coming, right? Here, the Markets Insider, as you can see, right, just recently took about 73, 74 rubles to buy $1, okay? And since the war started and USA cut Russia off, right, the ruble got devalued. It took like 143 rubles to buy $1. But since they detached themselves from the US dollar, right, and now they're only accepting gold or real commodities to buy product from Russia, look at how strong the ruble became. Okay, you need a lot less rubles now to get a dollar. That means a dollar is falling more in value against the currency that is in Russia, right? A currency that's at war. Okay, this just means how much buying power the US dollar is losing. That's why the next monetary system reset is coming. This happened in Russia multiple times, other countries as well. In 2008-2009 crisis gave it another boost. After a decade of quantitative easing, right, the US debt reached 20 trillion in 2017. Following the COVID-19 stimulus, the US debt is over 32 trillion. At current rates, the national debt will reach 50 trillion by 2025. That is, if the dollar has not collapsed by then. The total size of the 4 largest central banks grew from 5 trillion in 2017 to over 30 trillion this year. This is crazy. I mean, the amount of money that's circulating, the dollar should have already crashed by now. A study of currency systems published as an appendix in the Big Green Reset shows that over 550 different currencies have gone extinct in the last 320 years. Almost 30% of these disappearances were caused by hyperinflation, which is something America's about to go into. My friend, history will always repeat itself. People never learn. They'll go to another monetary system, right? Try to create another fiat currency, like a digital currency, right? Which will be even easier to print, which will cause even bigger problems in the economy. This is why silver and gold has always been the real money. Our dollars used to be backed by this, right? It's always been the money of the kings and the queens. It's always been what the wealthy have always measured themselves against and still do till this day. That's why all the governments and the biggest banks and the wealthiest people know that they need to accumulate a lot of silver and gold, because look what happened in the last recession, which again, a recession is just something that's going to happen soon. In 2008, when the real estate markets crashed, right? This is the price of silver. It went from, look, $9 all the way up to $46. Okay? Big spike that we experienced back then, and it repeats itself through history. And now the silver market's been very manipulated and pulled back, but not for long. Silver about $19 today. I believe this occurrence will repeat itself. It should go to at least $40 per ounce or more. We see the same kind of pattern here, maybe less volatility, but gold, right, again, manipulated and about $1,800 per ounce now. If you compare it to how much dollars has been printed, my friend, 1 ounce of gold should be anywhere between 10 and 100,000 per ounce, not $1,800, okay, or $1,700. It will catch up with inflation, just like history has always shown us. That's why I think the most undervalued asset right now is gold and silver. And if you click below, we'll share with you exactly how we get a lot of silver and gold, and how you can start accumulating it easily and affordably before this potentially repeats itself and this goes up, because it's always been the hedge against recessions, inflation, hyperinflation. This is the only real hedge. And this is what people need to know. So if you see the value in accumulating silver and gold to protect yourself, to accumulate on the hedge that's undervalued against, all the turmoil that's headed our way and we're going through, my friend, click below. Let us show you how to accumulate real silver and gold consistently and win big during this economic financial crisis. Hey, so listen, my friend, we love to educate people and share with people how they can start creating real wealth and generational wealth. And the best way to do that, from what 5,000 plus years of recorded history has shown us, is precious metals, silver and gold. It's always been money. It's God's money, right? It's always been here, right? And the best part is right now, it's more relevant than ever before, especially in the last 50 years since President Nixon removed the dollar from the gold standard, which means gold used to back the dollar. As soon as they removed it, they can print as much, dollars as they want. That leads to a lot of inflation. That leads to big economic crisis and crash. This is the same kind of stuff. I'm personally from Russia, so is my wife. We've experienced, in our country. I think Zimbabwe recently experienced this, and other countries have experienced this over and over and over again. The collapse and devaluation of the currency, switching to a new currency. But again, fiat currency is fiat currency. It means it's not backed by anything. But the real money has always been silver and gold. Stock market, crypto market, they still have turmoil ahead of them during this craziness, right? You can, there'll come a time when Bitcoin will be undervalued and it'll be a good time to buy it again. I believe it'll go down to 10,000 and even below that. However, right now, real estate prices are at a peak, right? Stock and, crypto markets can have more turmoil. They can crash even more, right? But what's really undervalued right now, my friend, is silver and gold. It's the most undervalued asset because they're manipulating the markets short term, right, until that bubble bursts again. And meanwhile, some of the biggest holders of silver are central banks like JP Morgan and the governments, right? They're scooping up silver, more gold, because they understand what's coming. This is why they're not telling us, okay? So I wanted to share with you, my friends, that silver and gold is the hedge against what's coming. Inflation, reset, new financial system potentially coming in, potentially in our decade right here, coming up, right? And silver and gold will keep the buying power, keep the value, okay? It's your safety net. This is what, when all fiat currencies drop, inflation, right? The silver and gold seems like it's not moving now, but it'll burst through this, big crash that's coming up. And when it does, silver and gold can be way more against the dollar or any other country currency here very soon. So as our dollars are being devalued, as your 401k plans, everything that's backed by the dollar, every retirement plan is being devalued, right? Because our dollars are having less and less purchasing power with how much more they're printing every day. You can see it in the food costs and the gas prices rising, right? But that's just the beginning, my friend, because silver and gold will be safe haven, right? To save your money with full buying power, regardless what happens. Okay, so that's where, you know, my biggest portfolio is silver specifically, because it seems to make bigger moves, but also gold. I think those are very important assets right now, and that's why I wanted to bring the solution to people as much as possible, right? So they can get prepared and protect themselves and their families before this turmoil happens, right? It's inevitable. So with that said, my friend, listen, I'll put the #1 link below. You can see exactly what I leverage to collect as much silver and gold as your heart desires during this time. It's actually very easy, and you can have as much of it as you want shipped to your door, right? Or held for you in private vaults, secured, insured. And this is the stuff I'm personally accumulating. Listen, I'm not a financial advisor. I just like to bring real financial education to our audience. And with that said, that's what I'm doing. I'm just sharing with you what we're doing, what we're seeing, what's coming, is we're collecting more silver and gold than any other asset right now, okay? The other assets will become more undervalued soon, but silver and gold is very undervalued, and it's, I think, about to repeat history and go up in value tremendously against our currency that we're using, like the US dollar, right? You can, check out that free training that'll show you exactly how you can accumulate real silver and gold. What we use, our exact source. And don't forget to subscribe, stay tuned. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.